Hi guys, Epicspidey456 here, and today I'm going to be interviewed by Strange Productions, so let's let him join the call real quick.
Hello everyone, Strange Productions here.
Alright,
We're doing an interview today.
no, not that. Ain't there a way to have both cameras?
Uh,
I'm almost certain
do
there's a
you
way to
want
have,
me?
there's like,
Do you want you just to have the camera on, maybe?
there's a way to have both cameras, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Okay, so we're having a bit of technical difficulties, okay.
I mean, I think you're the star.
Oh, so you just want me to keep the face cam?
Yeah, if you're comfortable with that, but you don't have to
Okay.
have it on if you don't want.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll just go with this. Okay, so
Okay.
let's get on with the first question.
Okay. 1 second. Okay, so first of all, we want to start off. I mean, you've made so many fan films. We're just interested, like, what's the process of making these fan films?
Well, the first fan film I made was Birth of a Legend. It was pretty simple to make. It just took a while to get it all done. Basically, it started out with like an idea. Like I kind of like grew up like watching a bunch of fan films, you know, and seeing the good ones, the bad ones, the cringy ones. And I'd say yours fall into like the good ones area. Like not the best, but like not bad. Like they're like
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah. So yeah, like I watched a bunch of these when I was younger, and I was like, I always want to make one, because my favorite character is Spider-Man. It's pretty obvious. So yeah, so after that, I kind of the process of making it was, I had the idea to make one. I kind of wanted to make one. I've been wanting to get into filmmaking recently. I can actually probably gonna get like a profession in it. So yeah, so I made I did the I made the script, I typed it on my computer, sent it to my mom so she can print it on her printer, so I had a physical script. And after we had a script, I basically just went through the process of enacting that script, which is pretty simple. And I really liked the way I did the script and the way I made a costume, because one thing I didn't like about the MCU Spider-Man is not a bad Spider-Man, I don't like the way he got his suit. Like the way he got his suit was kind of just like he was just giving it to him by Tony.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
that's,
think that's where you really improved with Birth of a Legend, because you didn't have like Iron Man, you didn't have any of these other characters. You just had Spider-Man struggling to be Spider-Man, right?
yeah,
And struggling to defeat Blood Goblin.
I did what I could, and I didn't have many actors, so I did what I could. I'm planning
Well,
on trying to get more characters.
yeah.
Like Spider-Man's
Well, as a
like the
veteran,
OG hero of the series, and then I might introduce like the Avengers, but like Spider-Man was like the OG hero. Yeah, that
yeah.
still does stuff.
So that kind of goes into our next question. Are there any upcoming fan films?
I was working on Ghost of the Coast with my friends, but they just one of my friends just went radio silent for too long, and we hadn't talked about it for like months. I got a trailer prepared, but then we never talked about it for months. So then I tried to get it made. We tried to get a recording date. That didn't work. One of our actors moved, and it all just got difficult, and so that one's canceled. But that was kind of like an unofficial sequel to Ghost of the Coast. I mean, Birth of a Legend. I am actually making a full-on sequel, though. I just don't have anything done for it yet. Like I mentioned, I'm thinking about introducing Venom down the line. But for that, I'm gonna have to somehow do the
Yeah.
symbiote suit.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all very cool ideas, and this Venom topic, seeing as a scene from Spider-Man 3, it kind of relates to this next question. Okay, third question: are you a religious man? Because we see in some of your videos you talk about the Bible, but we're very interested in knowing that.
Yeah, 1 second. Got my coat out here. I believe in God. My friend gave this to
Cross.
me a couple days ago. Today he basically just had it and he didn't want it,
Yeah.
so gave it to me.
Well,
So
that's
yeah, now
very
I have a
cool.
cross now.
Well, I'm very glad you're religious, man. A lot of these youngsters, they're atheists, and I really don't know what to say about that.
Yeah,
Now, what is your take on Judaism?
Judaism. Really, I don't mind other religions. Like, as long as you don't push your religion, I don't really mind. Like, you can have a religion, I don't really mind. Like, I believe in God, but, like, I don't really mind what you care about. Like, who you believe in, as long as it ain't, like, you know. Because I don't want to get in an argument with somebody like that. With some, well, in arguments with that, because, it's really just what you
Right,
believe in.
it's a very sensitive subject, yes.
It's something
But
you don't
I
really want to
really,
argue with.
yeah, because we should all just stay on our, same places and not really talk about anything. I mean, not really not talk about anything, but not get into arguments over, religion.
Yeah.
Those are very wise words from Epicspidey. I really like that.
Like, I just respect, like, other religions. Like, I respect them, I might not, like, believe them, but I still respect them as an individual
Well,
religion.
see, my religion, it's called monotheism. I believe in all religions.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. Let's see this. I don't know. This next question is a little personal. But what's your take on beta males?
Beta males. What exactly is a beta male? Is it like
Like,
a very, like, queer, like, feminist kind of,
yeah, yeah,
like a,
yeah, yeah, kind of like that. Yeah,
like, trans? Is that what you're trying to get at?
yeah, yeah. Trans.
I don't really mind as long as you don't, like, go overboard. Like, I don't mind, like, gay or anything as long as you don't go
Right.
overboard with it. Like, as long as you just, like, just kind of, like, you know, you know, as long as you don't, like, make it the entire point of your life, like, when you go overboard and, like,
Right.
you know,
I mean, you can identify as another like gender, but if you go to the like for me, like if you go to the point where you change your genitals, that is way too far. That is satanic to me,
yeah.
honestly.
In my opinion, you're made the way you are, and that's how it should be. Oh, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
running out of time. I have, like, 3 more minutes, and I'm gonna have to make another clip, so yeah, let's get on with this.
Okay. Okay. Uh, so the final question. Well, okay, second to final question. What are your thoughts on the neo-Nazism in the Spider-Man fan film community? Because there's a lot of it, if you're not aware.
What? Neo... Neo-Nazis? I know they're neo-Nazis, but they're invading the Spider-Man fan film community?
I
Dang.
think so. Yeah.
That caught me by surprise.
Yeah.
Neo-Nazis in the
It's really
Spider-Man fan
surprising.
films. Dang, that's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah, I had no. I mean, it's been here lately. I've been a veteran since 2012 around there doing fan films, and they just started here lately. I can't believe it. It's
So
really
they
insane.
just, like, start, like, putting Nazi footage into it, like, trying to make the Nazis out
Well,
like as good guys?
well, in one of them, it's called Spider-Man Nemesis. They make like Adolf Hitler like the Spider-Man trainer. So I have no idea. Yeah,
That is
they
so
make
good.
Adolf Hitler. Yeah,
That would actually
and
make
then
for a
they
pretty interesting comic book, though. Hitler, like,
and then
Nazi
like the
Spider-Man.
Mind
That
Conk.
would be an
That's like
interesting
what
comic,
trains the
though.
Spider-Man.
That would make an interesting Spider-Man, though. Nazi Spider-Man. We
Well,
already have Communist Superman, so why not
well,
Nazi
we should.
Spider-Man?
I think we
Like,
should
I don't
get
support
trans of
Nazis.
every
Like, I do
character.
not support Nazis. I just thought that would be a pretty
Yeah.
funny idea. I don't support Nazis, though.
Well,
Like, Nazis, they
no,
did
I don't.
horrible things, and they need to pay for what they did. Like, I'm not
Well,
supporting them. I'm just saying it would be kind of funny since we have a communist Superman. Why not a Nazi Spider-Man? Just as
yeah,
a
I think
joke.
we need some equality in that area because
Yeah.
we're all getting these leftist, Spider-Man. I think we just need some equality on the other side.
Okay, I'm going to be back in a second. I just need to start a new clip. So, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back. I just had to, like, make another clip. So, what was the last question? Or the second, or the
The,
next question?
the last question. This was from a viewer. Let's see.
Oh,
I
question
can't
from a
seem to
viewer.
find. Yes. Here I'm asking. I'm gonna. It's on YouTube. They said they had a question, but they didn't ask it. So if you want, you can pause it real quick.
Which video?
It's what is it? I think it's Spider-Man 3. One of those.
Oh yeah, it was the dude asked if like said, "Hey, could you do something?" or like something like that.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
he
sure.
was like,
I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about. It was basically like this guy. He wanted me like to make a video for him. He basically wanted me to like in the Spider-Man costume, like talk crap to the camera and like beat it up. I don't know
was that
why.
the guy?
I think that was the guy. I don't know why he wanted me to do that, but I didn't.
Well, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't do that.
He said that
You know.
he was okay if I didn't because it was a pretty odd request.
Yeah.
I just
Um.
I don't
Well, I
mind
don't
like
know.
fan request of ideas, but like that was oh dear, that was a kind of odd request.
Well, I mean, if you want, you can do something like from another request, or you can just speak your mind. Because I mean, you already started a new clip, of course, so you can just speak what's on your mind, or how how
Yeah,
how you felt this interview went and all that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I felt the interview went pretty good. Do you got any other questions before we finish this up?
Um. Well, there's some draft ones, but I don't think they're as good as the ones I picked. Um.
Let's hear them.
Obviously. Um.
I have time.
There was. What do you think of Hinduism? That was another question besides Judaism, but they're kind of similar. So, not sure if you
Like I
want to
said with
answer
the other
that.
religion one, I'm okay with it as long as you don't argue with people.
Yeah. Well, okay. Another question I had at one. It was like a draft one. It kind of lines up with what we were talking about, like with the beta males. What do you think of like trans? Like, other than what you've said, are there any other views that you could see, like opposing views other than yours that you could see like being legit?
I don't really mind it as long as you don't go overboard or try to argue or like try to
Yeah, as
say
long as
like
you don't.
don't
Yeah.
try to act like
Yeah.
you're the superior person. Like I'm not saying like they can't be good people, but like don't try to act like you're superior just because of how you
Right.
want to be.
Yeah. Well, what's your take? Another draft question. I think this was from some guy's name was called like Finger Level Up or something. I'm not sure if you know him.
Wait, who now?
Um, his name was like Finger Level Up. He left a question. He said, what did he say? He's like, "What's your take on Nazism and like the alt right movement, like KKK and all that? Like, what's your thoughts on that?"
Oh, KKK. They did horrible things. I'll leave it to that because
Yeah, we don't really want to get into mature talk.
yeah,
Well, I mean, really, what did the KKK do wrong? Because
they
it's been a while, since I've researched,
they were an incredibly racist group that went after basically anyone that they didn't. They basically went after people they didn't like. Like I'm pretty sure they went after the Jews. They went after the blacks. Don't
Oh,
like
wow.
not like out of context, but like that's what they did. And
Yeah.
they did very horrible things. They were basically like the Nazis, but instead of going after the Jews, they went after mainly the blacks. That's basically
And,
what the KKK was. Basically, think like
um,
Nazis, but not
but
Nazis.
more, not on the bigger scale, but like similar to ideologies of Nazis. Let's see. One question. A viewer. No, it wasn't even a viewer. It was one of my draft questions, actually. It was like, what happened during World War II that was so bad? Because I'm not really understanding that. I thought because I mean, judging from your other videos, like your helping video, like the suicide one. I mean, I just want to hear some more of that wisdom because I haven't really researched or delved into that topic. So I'm just wondering.
The thing about World War II is that like first Hitler he started off doing small things like he would like take over like a very like small country and see if like they responded and like none of the other like countries like America, Britain or any of those they didn't like do anything. So he was like, okay, so they don't mind me doing this. So he started to do it ever but slowly. He started to do more and more. And actually, a very weird thing is that until like he started to go overboard with it, he was actually kind of like a person that the other countries actually kind of like respected and like helped. But after he started getting a bit too overboard, I think he tried to invade France. I think and that's when like the war really started, and they were like, "Hey, you can't do that." So that's when they tried to go after him. And during that time when he was invading, he was he was starting his you know what his planned annihilation of the Jews. Like, he was starting to plan all that with, like, the Holocaust. The Holocaust was
Well,
basically starting with this.
well, one thing I was wondering, how did Hitler even get into power? You know, that's what I've been wondering.
The way he got into power was basically, like... So, the Nazis were a thing that were in Germany for a while, but, like, they were kind of, like, just, like, a group that was in Germany, but they weren't, like, a very powerful group. But the thing is that Hitler was a very
So they're
powerful
basically the
motivator.
KKK, right?
He could, like the way he spoke and the way he like talked to the other Germans, he was able to basically like, convince them that what they were doing was what was happening was
Well,
unmoral. They tried to say that like he
well,
tried
one
to,
thing
he
I always
basically made it
wondered.
sound moral and right, which it wasn't, but that's what he tried to make it sound like. So when
Right.
the Nazi group still being small, they were wait, what were you saying?
Are Nazis real? Like,
Definitely.
because there's a whole conspiracy theorist that like the Holocaust was fake, and I don't know. I was just wondering about your wisdom from that.
There's people who say that, but there's too much evidence backing it that it was fake. Like, I can see if maybe it was fake if, like, one or two of the victims maybe, like, talked about it, but there are hundreds of people who
Right.
have shared their experiences, and all of them are
Yeah.
different and vivid. There's no way 100 different
Mhm.
people can come up with 100 different stories that are all as horrifying and shocking.
Well,
Now, not the,
and getting
like,
back on the yeah.
it's something that if it was faked, it would be one of the biggest cover-ups in history because it's not a thing you can just cover up. The only real evidence that it was faked was because the Nazis started destroying everything. That's really their only evidence.
Well, and it would make sense for the Nazis to start destroying everything because they wouldn't want the opposition to have all the information. So it makes sense from a biological standpoint.
But like that hasn't proved it being a fake thing, though. You know,
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, they wanted to get rid of it so the KKK wouldn't know what was happening. You know.
they did it so that the other governments wouldn't know.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the KKK.
Wait, what? I thought you were talking about the. Wait, we're talking about how the Holocaust, how some people say the Holocaust are fake. How do we get back to the KKK? Wait, why did it go mute?
No, I thought we were talking about the KKK. Like,
Oh,
I thought we were talking about them hiding the stuff from the KKK.
no, they weren't hiding anything with the KKK. I think the KKK was basically like ended by the time World War II started, or they only started after World War II.
Well, was Hitler in the KKK? That's what I was wondering.
No, Hitler was not a KKK member.
Okay, so we were talking about how like the KKK and the Nazis have a similar ideology. Do you think Hitler would have been in the KKK if he would have lived long?
I don't really know because Hitler. I don't study him, so I don't really know much about his ideology. But from what I know about him, his ideology is more of like.
Well, I've read Mein Kampf. It's pretty good.
I'll probably have to
I
find an
thought.
English translation because that does delve into like his psyche and what he believed in. Okay, I'm running out of
Right.
time again. So anything else
Okay.
before I
Well,
go to the outro?
yeah, you can go ahead. Thanks everyone for being a part of this interview with Epic Spidey. It was amazing. I had a good time. Thanks for talking about everything with me, man. It's very fun having you on all the time.
No problem. Okay, guys and girls, see y'all later. Stay epic and good ciao. Wait, wrong thing.